Someone in our community asked, why is it that some people have empathy and others don't? This is a good question. Those who don't have empathy are those who are afraid of their own feelings. They just don't feel their feelings. They don't have that experience of feeling their own feelings because of this resistance. So they're resisting their feelings. Another way to say it is they are fighting their feelings instead of feeling their feelings. One who is fighting their own feelings or resisting their own feelings is going to be incapable of feeling someone else's feelings. So those who are more empathetic are those who have less resistance to their feelings. They're feeling their feelings. There's this openness. And it's this openness that allows you to perceive the feelings of others. And on a more deeper level, this is experienced as compassion. That actually, when we dive deep into our feelings and feel the pain, feel the suffering, then we are actually capable of feeling the pain of others. We are capable of feeling the suffering of others. Because at our core, we are one. So this is when this empathy actually turns into compassion. And because we have met that pain and felt it fully, that we are able to experience that suffering. We're no longer resisting. And we are in touch with our own suffering and feeling that pain. Well, then we're able to be in touch with others and experience their pain, experience their suffering as our own. And that's really what compassion means, is to suffer together. That at the heart, we are one. So the pain that you see in others, the suffering that you see in others, is the pain and suffering of yourself. It's your universal self. That now you're going beyond just this limited identity of just being this body-mind. But you're coming to the truth that you are not just this body-mind, that you aren't limited to just this identity. That really what you are is limitless, that you are universal. And it's not all pain and suffering, but one who experiences this pain fully finds happiness at the heart of this pain. One who experiences suffering totally finds happiness at the heart of suffering. So it's not all pain and sorrow and misery, but actually you realize that, yeah, it's the pain that we share, it's the suffering that we share, but also it's the happiness that we share. It's the peace that we share. It's the love that we share. It's the freedom that we share. That at our core, there's just the one. So, yes, as much as you experience the suffering of others as your own, you are also experiencing the happiness of others as your own. So it all starts with feeling your own feelings, this openness, the openness to allow yourself to feel what is here. When there's no more resistance, when you aren't fighting your feelings, then you're just simply feeling your feelings. And this is what allows you to be more empathetic. This is the experience of empathy. And as this empathy grows, as you could say, emotionally mature, meaning that you are more willing to experience more and more of these feelings, then you experience what I call emotional freedom, the freedom to experience any emotions. And because of this emotional freedom, then you are experiencing what appears to be extremes, the suffering and the bliss, and realizing that they're not separate. And when this empathy grows, it's what most people describe as compassion, because to experience that extreme, the suffering, you are experiencing the core of what you are, and realizing that that core is universal. So the suffering is shared, but the bliss is shared. And this is compassion. This is compassion. It's not just limited to suffering. It's that you are experiencing your being as everything. The animals, the trees, other people, that it's all you. So when someone is experiencing that happiness, you are feeling that same happiness. It's a shared experience. That when you are experiencing that happiness, others can experience that happiness. There's a sharing of happiness. And that sharing of happiness, or that recognition that we are not separate, this is love. Love is to experience the other as yourself, that in reality there's no separation. And living as this actually effortlessly starts alleviating some of that suffering in others. It's what I call the perfume of peace, that others can sense that you're full of peace. And that peace is shared, that they start experiencing some of that peace. They start experiencing some of that freedom, the freedom to simply be. It's as if you are giving this nonverbal permission to just simply be yourself, that they sense that there's no judgment because you're experiencing yourself. You aren't judging. There's a unconditional acceptance for what is, whatever shape or form that's appearing as. And they feel that unconditional acceptance. And it allows them to feel safe. It allows them to drop the guard. It allows them to open up. So it's very ironic, paradoxical, one of these words, that your greatest service, the greatest act of compassion, is simply being yourself. That compassion is not something that you are doing. This compassion is what you are. The compassion is an expression of love, and love is the unity. Of being, that all is one. So effortlessly, naturally, this expression of compassion arises. And it's by no effort. It's not something that you're trying to do. It's not something that you're developing more compassion. No, it's just an expression of what you are. So it's effortlessly alleviating the apparent suffering of others. You're effortlessly sharing happiness, love, peace, and freedom. Because that's your true nature. So you are essentially just an expression of that. Hopefully this helps. See you in the next one.